A key glacier in Antarctica is breaking apart from the inside out and could soon melt, flooding coastlines around the world. Researchers have warned that the Pine Island Glacier is likely to undergo rapid retreat, bringing more ice from the interior of the ice sheet to the ocean. Scientists are now predicting that this could happen in our lifetimes, causing cities around the world, including New York, London and Sydney, to be flooded. The Pine Island Glacier forms part of the ice shelf that bounds the West Antarctica ice sheet. Last year, a huge iceberg measuring nearly 225 square miles broke off from the glacier, but it wasn't until researchers from Ohio State University tested new image processing software and noticed something strange about the satellite images taken before the event. The images showed evidence that a rift was forming at the base of the ice shelf in 2013, moving upwards over 2 years and eventually breaking through the surface, setting the iceberg afloat in 2015. Dr. Ian Howitt, who led the study, said it's generally accepted that it's no longer a question of whether the West Antarctic ice sheet will melt, it's a question of when. This kind of rifting behavior provides another mechanism for rapid retreat of these glaciers, adding to the probability that we may see significant collapse of West Antarctica in our lifetimes. Similar breakups have been seen in the Greenland ice sheet, where ocean water has seeped inland and begun to melt the ice from underneath. The researchers said that their satellite images provide the first strong evidence that a similar effect could be seen in these large Antarctic ice shelves. Dr. Howitt said rifts usually form at the margins of an ice shelf, where the ice is thin and subject to shearing that rips it apart. However, this latest event in the Pine Island Glacier was due to a rift that originated from the center of the ice shelf and propagated out to the margins. This implies that something weakened the center of the ice shelf, with the most likely explanation being a crevasse melted out at the bedrock level by a warming ocean. The rift opened in the bottom of a valley in the ice shelf, where the ice had thinned more than the surrounding ice shelf. Because the bottom of the West Antarctic lies below sea level, ocean water can intrude far inland without being seen. The new valleys on the surface are an outward sign that ice is melting far below. Dr. Howitt said the really troubling thing is that there are many of these valleys further up glacier. If they're actually sites of weakness that are prone to rifting, we could potentially see more accelerated ice loss in Antarctica. The Pine Island Glacier and its nearby twin, the Thwaites Glacier, sit at the outer edge of one of the most active streams in the world. The glaciers block the ice flow, keeping almost 10% of the West Antarctic ice sheet from draining into the sea. But if the West Antarctic ice sheet was to collapse, sea levels could rise by nearly 10 feet, engulfing major cities around the world, including New York, London and Sydney. Dr. Howitt said we need to understand exactly how these valleys and rifts form and what they mean for ice shelf stability. We're limited in what information we can get from space, so this will mean targeting air and field campaigns to collect more detailed observations. The EU and the UK are partnering on a large field science program targeted at that area of Antarctica, so this will provide another piece to the puzzle.